Meetings are where a lot of real work happens, whether it's a client call, strategy session, or a sales conversation. But as you know, the moment the meeting ends, everything starts to slip away. Look, I have been testing Granola for the past few weeks, and it is not like any other meeting tools I've used. It's not necessarily trying to be a transcription dump or a corporate note taker. And in this video, I'm going to share with you why I love Granola, because it is an AI notepad that takes notes that you're already writing and makes them actually useful with structured summaries, action items, and a chat feature that lets you search across every meeting you've ever had. So I'm going to walk you through the tool, how it works, who it's perfect for, and break down the pricing so you know exactly how to get started if it's the right tool for you. Plus, there is one feature they just launched called Recipes that honestly changes how I think about what meeting notes can do, and most people have no idea this even exists. Let's get into it. Now, before we dive in, I have partnered with Granola to get you a deal for my audience. You can get started today for free for a complete month using that first link down below in the description. So if this sounds right for you, you can get started with zero risk. Plus, the more people who use the link, I will go back to the brand to try to negotiate an even better deal. Alright, so what is Granola? Granola is an AI notepad, and there is an important distinction there. This is not a transcription tool that dumps a wall of text on you after every call. Here's how it works. You join a meeting, say it's on Zoom, Google Meet, Slack, Microsoft Teams, whatever you use. And Granola will start to transcribe your computer's audio directly. And that's worth mentioning. You have no bot joining your call, no awkward notification to your attendees. It is just running quietly in the background. That alone could be huge for a lot of you. Now, during the meeting, you could jot down notes like you normally would. You could put key points, ideas, action items, questions, things you want to remember. Then when the meeting ends, and this is almost instantaneously, Granola will take your notes and enhance them with the transcription. That way you get a structured summary and the key decisions that were made, action items, and the context around everything you wrote down. The result is something that feels like your notes, but way more complete. And this brings me to the user experience, because this is genuinely one of the best I have seen. It's clean, it's fast, and it's really pleasant to use. And I'm personally a big fan of their brand identity as well, and it feels very warm and calm, which I think is a nice feature. Now, in the meeting, if you didn't take any notes, you don't need to worry. It's still gonna do all the work for you. Now, this is either gonna work via the Granola desktop app or the iPhone app. But if you are someone who wants to log into your browser and access everything from the web, that isn't currently available. They probably will be adding that feature soon. Now, in terms of who this is for, I think the sweet spot is going to be for founders, creators, freelancers, small teams who want to get more out of their meetings without bloated enterprise features. Now, let's talk about this core notepad feature, because this is the foundation of everything. When you're in a meeting, Granola is going to give you a simple notepad interface. You just type your notes as you would on the go, same as you would with like an Apple Notes or Notion. But unlike those apps, Granola is transcribing everything in the background. So when the meeting ends, it'll combine your notes with the full transcription. And if you do just want to see your notes, you could just toggle a switch and do that as well. Now, this is where it gets interesting. You could also customize how your notes look using templates. So if you have a specific format for sales calls or customer discovery interviews or one-on-ones, you could set that up and Granola will follow it automatically. You could build a custom structure, or you could use one of their pre-built templates for common meeting types. So whether it is a weekly team meeting, a stand-up, or something else, you could have a defined structure and template so that it can pull all the core information from the meeting for you and you don't have to go digging. And as of this filming, there are over 28 different templates you could choose from. And everything we have discussed so far works across every platform that you use for meetings, so that Granola just plugs into your existing workflow. Next, let's talk about Granola Chat. Now, after your meeting, you could chat with Granola about what happened. This is essentially an AI assistant that has full context on all your meetings. You could ask it questions like, what were the main objections in the sales call? Or what did we decide about the timeline? And it'll pull these answers directly from your conversation. But the real power with this feature is that this is going to search across all of your meetings. So let's fast forward to a year of using Granola, and you have been doing customer interviews about your product, and you want to know what are the top features that customers are asking for with your tool. Now, Granola is going to be able to go through all of your customer calls and pull out the most relevant data. And if you do want to search just a select folder of meetings, you could do that as well. So you could have folders like customer reviews, internal meetings, one-on-one, HR, whatever it may be. And then from there, you could chat with any of those folders. And the best part is most of this is automated, so it will recognize what type of meetings you're having and be able to help you categorize them and put them in the right folders. Now, there are a lot of great features that I want to talk about with chat, but for now, I do want to highlight one more. And that is, you could choose any LLM that you think will be best for your desired conversation. So if you have a preferred model for the type of prompt that you're putting in, you could use it. Think of this as a search engine for your meetings. Plus, you could also use this during a meeting. So if you need a quick answer or need to pull something up from a previous call while you're on a current call, you could do that as well. Alright, let's talk about recipes because this is a 10x feature that blew me away. Recipes are expert crafted prompts that work with your meeting context. So Granola has partnered with people who are best in class with their craft. These experts created prompts that actually do useful things with your meetings. So for example, there's a Coach Me recipe that will give you leadership coaching feedback based on how you showed up in your one-on-ones. It uses the monarchy method and gives you specific, actionable advice based on your actual conversations. There's another one called Write PRD, and this one comes from Lenny, who hosts Lenny's podcast. And this is going to develop a products requirement doc based on your brainstorm or product discussion. So if you need to send your PRD to your team, or you want to vibe code something, you could create your PRD based on a conversation. And the list goes on. There's a Prep Me recipe that gets you ready for your next meeting by pulling context from your past calls with that person. There's one that analyzes your sales meetings for patterns and helps you improve your process. Plus, you can pull up all of these recipes in Granola Chat just by typing in /. Now, with that, you could also create your own recipes and share them with your team or keep them private. Now, this is where Granola stops being just another note taker and becomes something that actually moves your work forward. Your meetings become inputs that generate real outputs. Just think about it. One of the most important aspects anytime you're using any AI tool is the input is going to determine the output. So when you're able to take all your meetings where there are stakeholders, emotions, different sentiments, experiences, growth in the product over time, you're able to use all of that as input into creating things that are gonna move your business forward. And that's not even to mention the simple things like writing a summary email after you have a meeting. And that's what I mean when I say Granola puts your meetings to work, and it's not just another AI note-taking tool. Now, let me share some of my favorite use cases here. So imagine this, you and your friend want to vibe code an app. You could get on a call, talk through it, and then have Granola generate the PRD for you. And let's say you want to improve your skills as a leader. Well, you could have the recipe coach you. Another great use case is building out valuable content based on conversations. Now, one that's relevant for me is I talk to a lot of brands with doing sponsorships on my channel. And generally, all the brands have the same question for the intro call. So what I've done is set up a folder and had Granola record all those conversations. Then when I had about 10, I asked Granola, can you create an outline of the core conversation that I have with every single brand? Then once it developed it, I created a deck and then a video talking through all those key points. It ended up being about a 14-minute video with a deck. Now, I could use that and send it to all future brands without having to do these intro calls. And that means the brand could watch the video anytime they like, and at the same time, I don't have to have a bunch of meetings scheduled. This is where AI really puts your meetings to work. Now, let's talk about sharing. Granola also has an app so you can capture meeting notes on the go. And this includes phone calls. So if you are taking a lot of calls on your phone, this is going to be really valuable. You're going to get all the same AI enhanced note-taking experience just on your mobile device. And sharing is simple. You could export your notes to Notion, Slack, or other tools with one click. And they also integrate with all the best CRMs, whether it's HubSpot, Adio, Affinity, or Zapier, so that you are able to automatically push meeting notes into any tool you want. They also support multi-language transcription too, which is great if you are working with international clients. Now, let's talk about pricing because this is actually quite reasonable. Now, their first plan is free. You get AI meeting notes, but you do have limited meeting history. But outside of that, most of everything we've discussed in this video is available. So if you want to give it a try and get started, this is a solid and easy way to do that. Now, the business plan starts at $14 per month per user, and this unlocks unlimited meeting notes and history, access to advanced AI models for better results, and integrates directly with Notion, Slack, HubSpot, Adio, Affinity, Zapier, and more. If you are running a business and you want the full power of Granola, this is the tier for you. And if you do need to step it up a notch, the enterprise plan starts at $35 per month per user, and this gets you all the enterprise level features that you need, whether that is single sign-on, admin controls, API access, priority support, and usage analytics. Now, this is going to be great whether you are a startup or your business is scaling right now, or you are a large team. And just for context, most people watching the video will probably fall into the business plan, which is at $14 a month. And that rate is really competitive compared to a lot of the other products out there. But the added benefit of things like recipes, the ease of use, and the workflow is just another level of business that will help you do more and get more done faster. Now, if you are going to start with any of these plans, you could test out the software for free for your first month. Just use that first link down below in the description. Look, if you are a founder, a creator, a freelancer, or anyone running a business where your days are filled with calls, Granola is worth checking out. The user experience is genuinely the most beautiful out of any of the AI transcription, note-taking, and notepad tools. Plus, with things like recipes, I see this as a no-brainer. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.